Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be talking about newcomers in the context of MCC Season 4, because obviously there was a nice influx of newcomers for MCC Season 4 kickoff, and kind of the question that I've seen floating around ever so slightly is what's next. It's one that I've asked as well, is who's next to come in the list of newcomers for MCC. We don't know at this point, okay? And to be fair, the next quote-unquote normal MCC isn't for a while because we have, like, Pride, most likely. It's kind of confirmed. Pride, and we have Twitch Rivals as well. So the next quote-unquote normal MCC isn't until, like, July at earliest. Either way, the most recent MCC introduced 7 newcomers, as mentioned. Variety of people from like Chilled Chaos, Feinberg to a bunch of hermits, which I think is really exciting. And some people have been asking which of the newcomers will be coming back, obviously, from the most recent event. I think I already talked about this in a video. I don't know for sure, but I think I already did. One thing that we know for sure, is that Azuma will be back. There was a clip, it's since been deleted, because I don't know if he was supposed to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it, okay? Sorry if this information was supposed to be kept private, but Azuma already signed up for the next upcoming MCC. In the comments here, they say chances are, since Scott was already talking about it, the next MCC will be Pride, so there could be some wacky teams X could get put on, which is correct. I mean, the next event is most likely June 1st or June 8th. Which is MCC Pride, because in June of every year, MCC hosts a Pride-themed charity event to raise money and like awareness for LGBTQIA plus just people in general. I don't remember the specific charity that they support, but it's a charity event meant to raise money for a good cause, and it's all nice and cool and everything. So yes, Azuma signed up for that. I actually think there's a decent chance that Azuma will be in. Usually there's a couple hermits in there. Last year we had like Grian, we had Cleo, we had Gem, I think all in the same team. I think False might have been in as well, and I that could have been it. I don't remember if there was anyone else. I could see the amount of hermits being a bit more this time, depending on availability, etc., and interest in general. Because you know, Hermitcraft recently did some charity-related stuff, and I think it would be nice if they were present in the MCCs as well for the charity side of things. Because first of all, you know, hermits being in is always fun, and second of all, they already have an established basis for their audience with charity-related stuff, so they can help. They can be a good influx of money raising, to say the least. Also, this won't just be talking about new people, but also just about returning people and maybe the opposite, because Gizzy Gaza made like a very, very, very thorough post in regards to what they've been up to, etc., etc. Kind of just to, you know, simplify it, because I'm not going to be reading the entire post in this video. Gizzy, you know, has some stuff going on, and written in their words, with that being said, I won't be taking part in Pride this year. It's not that I'm traveling or busy, I just simply choose not to take part. So Gizzy Gaza won't be in this upcoming Pride event, which usually is a no-brainer, obviously, but not the case this time. Either way, that's pretty much it for Pride. Other things you can usually expect for MCC Pride is OTV and friends like a Ludwig or a Valkyrie or a Saikuno. I'm sure we'll see one of those people pop up, or maybe all of them, or maybe some of them, or maybe none of them. Who knows? It depends on who's available. It depends on how Scott approaches it. I'm just excited to see Pride events, because usually the roster is just mixed up a little bit, because it's aimed to be a little bit weaker typically. And you see an influx of people you don't see a lot, which is like the Ursai Kunos, etc. Anyways, that's about it for Pride. MCC Live, we can't really speculate about newcomers here because we already know them. The newcomers for MCC Pride are, including the non-English teams, NZ-chan, APR, Kuriway, which is obviously one of the most, if not the most, requested player right now, I think, to join, or at least the most expected, next to Eloise, who's also in. I think you have Fabo, who's German. I'll actually go over it again. NZ-chan, Spanish. APR, French. Kuriway, Fabo, German. FitMC English, FitMC also very very highly requested. Fulham also highly requested. Jeremy Freezer, who is a Dutch content creator, but it's not like fully confirmed, but I'm pretty sure there is no Dutch team because there's not enough spots to make a full Dutch team, even if I was included. So I assume they'll be making, or I assume they'll be talking in English because they probably don't really have a choice unless they don't want to communicate with their teammates. But anyways, Jack also playing English. Let's Hugo TV, German. Lexi Marie also, talked about in the MCC scene a decent amount. No Reacts, also German. Sandwich Lord, also very hype to see make an appearance here now. Very very hype as well. Serpius, who is Spanish. Then we have Eloise, who is a long expected and requested player to join. Gil, who is French. Wichtiger, who is German, and then me. I'm on here, yes. Anyways, moving on. There's no like speculation in regards to newcomers here anymore. Really, it is going to be about as expected. I don't know who the final person is because this is missing. I think Mathox, who is a French speedrunner. It's missing SkyArt, who is a French creator, and it's also missing Coldified or Coldy, just in general, who is Spanish. So 30, and this is 36. So 36 plus 8, 39, and there's 40 people in this event. So one mysterious person left. Who is it going to be? I guess we'll find out eventually. Anyways, now to talk about future newcomers, because there's still obviously people that will be added to the event going forward. And we're going to be talking about post MCC live, post this Twitch Rivals event, because that's when the quote-unquote normal events start. I say quote-unquote normal because the line between what we used to know as canon and non-canon is being blurred out on purpose. So it's kind of hard to tell the difference between both. The main reason why I really like that is because I think it makes the regular events more special. It might make the non-canons in quotation events less special, but I think if the non-canons are really cool and the normal events are meh, and you just merge those into just cool, then I think that's good, Either way, the one thing I don't really like about that is that it is now going to be a little bit more difficult to determine who, as a newcomer edition, is a main roster stay and who isn't. Because, if they start introducing proper new concepts instead of just naming schemes, because kickoff, when we're talking about the gameplay changes, seem to just be what you would expect from a normal event. We'll not really be able to tell who's going to be there to stay in the long term and who won't be. Either way, the reason why we're still looking at this tab and talks about future newcomers is because I think there is a chance, or a pretty decent chance, that some of the people who were added, or who are being added for MCC Twitch Rivals, will be offered a main roster slot relatively quickly, if not immediately after this event, or even before, because I could see Eloise being in the Pride event because she is LGBTQ, if I recall correctly. But I could see Eloise, I think Eloise is going to be given a spot to stay in the main roster after this event. I think Curry either gets an immediate spot in, or like 1 or 2 events after. I highly doubt that Curry would debut in this event and then not be given a main roster slot very quickly after. I could also see Lexi being, granted a permanent spot, because Lexi had been in talks regarding to MCC a little bit in the past. I know Lexi, I think there was like some clip where Lexi on stream said like she talked with Scott, and Scott said like Lexi would be in MCC if she played Minecraft more or something like that. I don't know the exact context or the exact confirmation, but I just wanted to relay the information that I somewhat recalled. Also, obviously, there's still remaining people. There's Fit. I could see Fit being a mainstay too. I actually would expect Fit to be a mainstay if he wants to. The only difficulty that I see with Fit potentially being a mainstay is the people that he is close with within the Minecraft scene. I don't know how expansive his contacts are, but like a Phil and a Tubbo seem to become less frequent players. So if his two, easiest contacts in terms of MCC are no longer there or not really there as much, it might be a little bit more difficult for him to regularly be involved in the event. Is how I see it. But I think if that's not an issue, I totally see FitMC being a frequent player. Also, there's people like Lewis Fulham, Jack, myself, Sandwich, who, could get in the main roster probably afterwards, but I don't think it'll be as immediate. I think it'll take a little bit longer before you see those types of people get in this roster. Keep in mind, this event is a separate thing. Now, to continue past this freaking event, DocM77. Look, Hermit audience, here's your attention please. Look, this is an old tweet, but DocM77 has expressed interest in MCC quite a good amount, because recently for kickoff for this event, I don't know if there was a clip, a tweet, or anything. Doc said something along the lines of, insert person. I think it might have been either Iskal, one of the Hermits, I think he was talking to. Doc said, I expected to be invited before you did, which means that he clearly expects to be invited. Clearly he's interested in playing. I mean, he said this already at the end of 2020, and that he said, I want to be in MCC Season 2, the GOAT would dominate. We're now in MCC Season 4, surely DocM77 gets a chance to play. Could be a similar situation to Iskal, where maybe, he just had to wait for a while, maybe Scott forgot, maybe Scott never even really paid attention to it. But surely now is the time for DocM77 to make his appearance, okay? I vouch, my guy, okay? I want him to make an appearance. Doc seems pretty cool. I like Doc. He's pretty epic. Put him in. He would be very, very fun to watch in the event, I think. And then additionally, another person to talk about is Mog Swamp. Now, I didn't really know about Mog Swamp until very recently, because I'm not really involved in the scene, but that person has been brought up as a potential newcomer quite a lot recently, like a very noticeable amount. I know that Reddit's been putting Mog Swamp in their predictions a good amount as well, and it could be interesting. I don't really know much about this person at all. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know about about this person at all. But what this person said is, Mock Swamp is on the SOS SMP with lots of Empire's folk and MCC participants, and now knows Scott, whom he did not know when he publicly expressed interest in MCC on Twitter in 2023. So, clearly, and I'm just going to take this person's word for it, Mog Swamp is interested in playing in MCC. Would they join? Who knows? Probably, maybe. I mean, if they're friends with Scott and they're friends with the people in MCC, then sure. I mean, I can see it, totally. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But just definitely someone who I wanted to mention, because I'm sure that the YouTube audience in the Wolfeei Muggle Mail, Wolfeei Extras community is more familiar with this person, so maybe you can vouch, or you can give some more info in regards to Mog Swamp. Sorry for the yawn, because I'm tired. Anyways, yeah, Hermits returning. Very curious to see how everything will go. Like I said, I think I already talked about how likely it is for every person to come back. It might have been on stream, I don't remember. But I think, the way things are looking right now, and the potential newcomers that may be introduced to MCC, looking bright. It's looking like a good 2024, a good Season 4 for MCC in Noxtru, and early on this year, people were speculating that this might be the last season. I don't think so. Definitely not looking like it. look, things looking a little bit too good, okay, right now for them to end it. I think it's good. Anyways, enough yapping. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on Newcomers and everything, and who you think should return or will return, and why. Especially why. Give a good reason, and I will read it, and we'll see. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye!